Test, test, test. Audio. Test, test. Okay. It's working. So let me rearrange everything here. Okay. Good to go. Hello, hello. And welcome. I think I will wait a couple of seconds so some people can join the live stream, and then yeah, we can talk about trading and any questions you have. So as always, if you have any questions, feel free to just ask them in the chat, or if you want to say anything, just post your message in the chat and I will be glad to read it and hopefully give a meaningful answer if I'm able to. Yeah. So hello. Yeah, I think I'll just wait a bit, maybe react to questions if there are any, and then I can discuss a little bit what's going on in the charts, how the account's doing, what's happening lately, which is not too much, by the way, but yeah, still can talk about it, of course. And yeah. So yeah, I see some people are joining, some first questions are in the chat. So yeah, maybe let's start here. I will answer all of the questions in the chat, of course, but first of all, maybe let's have a look at the account in general. We can see the account balance is currently at 31,000. If we look at the equity, which is, I think, around 2,000 euro away from the, or below the all-time high in this account. So if we have a look here at the MQL5 signal, which I sometimes use to quickly check the highest point, and we can see this was the highest level the account has ever seen, which was, I mean, of course it was higher, but then I made a withdrawal and everything. So after the withdrawal, the highest point was at 33,000 almost. So yeah, we are 2,000 euro away from this right now. So that's the current drawdown, if you want to say so, which is not a big drawdown, of course. Yeah, it's just like around this level for a very long time now. We also had last month where no profits or losses were generated. So last month was already more or less break even, and now we are a little bit in the drawdown. And we can have a look, of course, at the indices, because yeah, as you know, if you follow the account is very, a lot of the strategies are dependent on strong stock markets. So this is also why we do see a little bit of a drawdown here. So we are, I mean, close to all-time highs, but not really there. And I think if the major stock market indices, if they get to the all-time high levels again, then we should also see or be very close to to the all-time high in the actual performance in this account. So yeah, right now nothing bad happened. This is like completely normal. And to check also the last index here, US 30, yeah, it's almost at the all-time high, I think. But here also we're down like, yeah, in all of these three indices we are down around 1% from the all-time high. So this explains a little bit also why we are not at the all-time high with the overall account at this moment. Also, of course, the range breakout EA can also generate some profits and losses. So this is also why the equity is like changing every day, of course. So yeah, and today we don't have a super exciting trading day, I think, because we don't see a lot of news. If we check the news calendar, we can see for today everything that could happen happened already, and also there were no important news events at all. So for the rest of the day, I don't expect a lot of volatility. And also we see the same pretty much for tomorrow. There are no important news events. I mean, just in the Canadian dollar, but I don't trade this, so it should not be too important. But yeah, still want to go live and want to go live more frequently now. So yeah, that's just good to always answer some questions if there are any about like trading, automated trading, or anything else really. So if you have any questions, just post them in the chat and I will try to answer as good as possible. And yeah, we can also see, of course, from time to time the trades in, for example, this account. And I will also later go through my other accounts like the FTMO projects, etc., and get you updated for the other accounts also. Yeah, so hello to everyone who's joining the chat, and I will read like the questions that I can see here already. So Nikita is asking, can you tell me what lot size is best to use in MT5 for standard system testing? And no, I cannot tell you because I don't think there is a best lot size. It depends on like what you want to test. Like sometimes I test with one lot for every single trade, but also in other systems it doesn't really make sense. For example, in the range breakout EA, if I calculate my lot size based on the range size, then it would not really make sense to use one lot fixed in the tester. So you should always test with the settings and the conditions that are as realistic and as logical as possible, but I cannot give you a generic answer for this. Then did you re-optimize your EAs in the past year, or were they the same settings? I made a few changes. For example, I changed settings for USD Japanese yen, which was very good looking back. And I changed settings for GBP US dollar. I changed settings for gold. And I think that is pretty much it. Yeah, I don't know if I changed anything else, but you can also find the videos about all of this still on my channel. So if you're interested to learn more about what I changed and why I changed and when I changed the settings, just check out the videos on the channel, and you will find detailed information on all of this. Yeah, so these are the only questions for now. And do you make live comments as now at fixed time or random? Kinda random, but usually when I come live for a commentary, it's at 4 p.m. usually, which is my local time, which would be 5 p.m. server time here, because at 6 p.m. server time, like for my live trading account here, a lot of trades are closed, so this is like one of the more interesting hours to watch. And then I do some live commentaries. But yeah, I only do these live commentaries if I have a good like internet connection and if I have time for it, because yeah, I also often, or in the past, I traveled a lot, so sometimes I just didn't have a good internet, or I didn't have time for this. So I look a little bit how I can fit it into my schedule. But now I will be at the same spot for a longer period of time, so I think I can do these live streams more often, and that's also what I plan to do. But yeah, usually it will be at the time, yeah, like today. Then Nirol with 3 Ls is asking, do you think it's possible to trade and be profitable in prop firm space by taking trades on your own without EA? Sure, why not? The question is just, why would you do it? I mean, if you have too much free time and if it's a hobby, then of course you can also trade manually. But I don't really think it's a good idea. But that's just my personal opinion. But why shouldn't you be able to be profitable? Like EAs in general, they can, like everything an EA can do, you can most of the time also do manually if you're fast enough with the calculations and if you sit in front of the PC all of the time. EAs just make the work a lot easier, and they make life easier for you. Reberg is asking, hi, kurze Frage. Oh, that's a German question. Wie setzt du die Risikoberechnung für Forex-Paare um? Habe GPS. Ja, musst du schauen. Wenn deine Kontogröße zu klein ist, dann kannst du halt über gerundete Lot-Sizes vielleicht nicht genau dein Wunschrisiko handeln. Aber 80 und 100 Euro, da solltest du eigentlich locker genauer dran kommen. Ich rechne es halt einfach aus über die Tickgröße, über die Tick-Size und so weiter. Und dann kann man es einfach berechnen. Hab dafür aber auch schon Programmiertutorials gemacht. Kannst du auf dem Kanal einfach nachschauen. Then there's a question, how do you handle drawdowns psychologically? I mean, no, drawdowns are never good. But for me, the biggest change was just using automated trading programs. Because then even if you use EAs and automated programs, drawdowns still suck, to be honest. It's never cool to be in a drawdown, but this makes it a lot easier to still stick to your trading plan or to your strategy. And because of that, I never really had problems with the drawdowns. And also what is really important, what a lot of people may do wrong, is that you should never trade with money that you cannot afford to lose. That's really important, because if you lose money and it would have an impact on your personal situation, on your life, etc., then it's not good. But if you only trade money that is like money that you could lose theoretically, and it would not have a too bad negative impact on your life, then you will be a lot more chill, even if you're in a drawdown. Then Strategy Quant is commenting, hello everyone. Hello. Yeah, greetings back to Prague. Hope you guys are having a good time. It's the same question, how I overcome the drawdown periods. As I said, it's just like the automation of trading strategies helped me a lot, because whenever I use automated trading programs, I just do not feel the need to take action manually, because I know that the programs will do everything that I could do manually, but a lot better. So this is really the one thing that I could recommend to everyone who's struggling with the mental side of trading, or who is having problems in drawdowns. Just make sure to automate your strategies and use automated programs, so you don't have to take decisions every day yourself. Take review of gold range breakout EA, please. Is it a question, or I don't understand? Are you talking about my EA or third-party EA? I don't know. If you're talking about my EA, then you will find a lot of videos about it already on the channel. Wannabe Quant. I recently passed an evaluation using my Wannabe Quant strategy selection EA on FTMO, and when I trade, I make sure I will never hit the maximum drawdown. Why do you sometimes hit the maximum drawdown when you trade? Is it a rhetorical question? I mean, it's pretty obvious, because trading involves risks, and if you take too much risk, or if you take risks, you can of course hit a drawdown. So it's pretty basic. That's just how trading works. I have a coding related question. I trade two EA of the same symbol, buy and sell symbol from both EAs appear on both charts? Is it possible to show buy and sell icon on the same chart on which EA is attached? I think by default, like the normal arrows and lines that we do see in the charts that are generated by the MetaTrader, I think those are always displayed in all of the charts of the symbol where the trade happened. But you could, of course, manually create these arrows and lines in your expert advisor and then just display them in the one chart you want to view them in. Because all of these arrows and lines, they're just objects. If you have a look at this, you can see these are all of the arrows and lines. And you could also show them manually, just in the one chart where the expert advisor is attached. But it would be, of course, a little bit of work. L Sensei is asking, hi René, I'm also long on gold. I replicated range breakout EA. Could you advise if other metals work? Also 0.2% SL is the best for the strategy. I don't know what the best for the strategy is. I cannot foresee the future. I'm just trying to be profitable, but I'm not a magician. And I did not do a lot of tests with other metals. And I think gold is good because it has relatively cheap trading costs. This is why I like gold. It's a volatile chart and it has relatively cheap trading costs. And for any other metal in Forex and CFD trading, I think the costs are a little bit higher. So this is why I think gold is very good for trading, usually. And yeah, I did not really find any good setups in other metals so far. But as I also said, I did not do too much of testing. Hey René, how do you determine when to either stop a strategy or re-optimize? Yeah, that's a tough question, and I don't really have a good answer for this. Like when I definitely want to re-optimize or think about the idea of a strategy in general is when I see that the strategy tester creates a very different result than my live account for the same period. Then of course something is bad and it needs to be taken care of. But besides that, if a strategy is just not performing for a year or two, then it's very hard for me to figure out if I should stop trading it or changing it. For example, here in this account also GPS dollar is negative for the last 1.5 years. And I don't really know if I should turn it off because like longer drawdown periods are kind of normal for my strategies. So yeah, I don't know. It's a tough question to answer. Have your EA's summer and winter time changes? No, I just trade the same stuff, the same times the whole year. I mean, of course, sometimes there's like a problem with like daylight saving time and it changes by 1 hour, but still, I don't really change my times. Nicholas is asking, thanks for your channel. I have followed you for 1.5 years. Thanks for following. I'm glad you like the videos. My question is, do you follow a systematic approach in developing an EA from thinking stage all the way to actual usage? I don't have a checklist or anything, but the approach is almost every time the same, I think. Like first of all, I think about what, like before I do anything, I look at the symbol and the trading conditions. If the spread is good, if the trading costs are good, in general, like if it's good to trade this symbol with this broker, and if I then believe that the trading costs are relatively cheap or fair, then I think about strategies that could be logical, and then I try to just try out different strategies. And sometimes I just use random indicators. Sometimes I try a strategy that I picked up somewhere in the internet. And then it's really just a lot of trial and error, really. And sometimes you find something, and most of the times you don't find something, and you just wasted your time. But that's how strategy development works, I think. And it's not always predictable. Nirol is asking, at this point that you know your EA can generate a profit and pass accounts with prop firms, would you consider taking on more challenges with different firms? I would not say that at this point I could say that my EAs generate profit. All I can say that my EAs generated a lot of profit in the last 1.5 years, but for the upcoming months or years, I have absolutely no clue. They could be negative from now on for the next years. They could be even more profitable. It's that's why I never say, or I never like to say or make any predictions for the future. And regarding the prop firms, I had a look at a few prop firms, but I think overall FTMO provides the best package for me, because you can get like quite a good amount of funding, and it's a very organized firm, and all of the processes are pretty clear. And with other firms, I don't really see that. Like, they don't really look super professional to me, to be honest. And also often they are limited at, like, let's say 100% funding or something, 100k, which is just not a lot. So yeah, I don't know. For this moment, I think I would just stay with FTMO and stick with that. And that's kind of fine. Strategy Quant is asking again, how do you recognize that strategies stop working? No, I don't have rules. As I said before, it's more like the one really important test that I do is I check the performance of my strategy in the live account and check or compare it to the same period in the strategy tester. And if this is not the same or not very similar, then I consider changing something. But besides that, it's very hard for me to figure out when a strategy is not like working anymore. Because for me or for my strategies, it's completely normal that a strategy can have a sideways or negative period for even a year or two. Andrew's asking, hi Rene, what drawdown do you expect from a 50k live account? Because you only deposited around 50k. Oh, no. I had already bigger drawdowns than 50k, I think. So you can see in the meantime, I deposited like overall 45k and withdrew 75k. So yeah, I had bigger drawdowns where I had to deposit more. But yeah, in general, it's I can show it to you in the quant analyzer. This is also what I uploaded as a video in the last few weeks, but I will quickly load the tests here and I will show you some of the analysis that I made to figure out how a like relatively big drawdown could look like. So let me load this quickly. Right now I'm loading the tests in the quant analyzer. So here you can see this is why is the profit so small? This is just for gold. So here in the strategy in the quant analyzer, you can see these are all of the strategies, all of the strategies I trade with the same risk settings that I trade. So if I take all of this and create the portfolio and select it, you can see here equity chart, or let's have a look at the numbers. Overview, where do we see the drawdown? Like here we can see theoretically the biggest drawdown should be around 25k. So this is kinda the ballpark that I would definitely expect. So this would not surprise me. And even if the drawdown is higher, because this is just like theoretical, because it's based on backtests. But of course, drawdown could also be a lot higher, like, I don't know, like 30k, 40k. All of this would be relatively normal, I think. But if I see a drawdown that is really like crazy high, then I mean, this would be bad and I would have to think about it. But yeah, also we can see here, like with the exact same portfolio that I trade here, I could even have years that are negative. Like for example, 2018 would have been a completely negative year. And I was just lucky, so to say, that I started trading this account, I think, end of March last year, if I'm not mistaken. So this is why I am now very good in profit, because especially the second half of last year, and also last year in general was really good, and also this year is exceptionally good. Like this year could be one of the best years in general for this portfolio. So this is why my account is up so much now. But this is of course no guarantee that it will be like this in the future, because you can see there were worse years than the current year. Like for example here, the account only made like theoretically 10k. Here the account would have lost 7k in this year, and for example here in like one single month, like it can lose 10 to 15k, and this is what I definitely have to deal with if especially like the stock market indices go down, because I'm very dependent on strong stock markets. But that's in general the idea of some of my strategies. So yeah, then this was that. Yeah, in crisis, indices can go down minus 50% or more. Yeah, that's true. And then I might lose like most of my account, or theoretically I could lose all of my account, of course, because this is leverage trading. It is not risk-free. It is the opposite. It's super risky. So this is what I am aware of course, because I'm not stupid. I'm taking risks, but I'm aware of the risks. Methodical Markets is asking, hi, what's your opinion on a multi-currency portfolio built with one strategy in two versions, 30 minutes on 5 pairs, 50 minutes on 5 different pairs, and not overlapping? Portfolio correlation is 0.14. Well, I have no idea. I cannot say anything without information on the strategy and everything else, so I don't know. But in general, I would say that a portfolio often makes sense. Like for example, here in this account, I also trade different currencies, different strategies, and different currencies or symbols, and it's showing that it is it has a nice portfolio effect. So even if there are huge drawdowns in some charts, others might profit in the same period, and it's flattening the equity curve. Sideways Breakout is asking, have you ever incorporated Renko charts in your trading preparations? I did a few tests with Renko charts, but I never really found anything useful in them. And also it's just a big pain to like program them and test them in the MetaTrader. So yeah, that's why I didn't really look into it more. And yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Renko charts. Yeah. Rene, show me to setting EA range breakout DE40 and US30 and setting in EA turnaround Tuesday. Yeah, I mean, make sure to watch the video on my channel where I talked about all of my settings. It's also linked in the video description of this stream, so you can just watch it there. And then you will know all of my settings. And also there were a few updates, but I also uploaded videos for that. And the updates are not, were only in the range breakout, not in, or were only in the currencies, so not in the charts you were asking for. Yusuf is asking how I am. Ja, mir geht's gut, danke dir. Für deinen netten Kommentar. Hoffe, dir geht's auch gut. Sideways Breakout is asking, what's your favorite indicator? I don't know. I don't use a lot of indicators. The only indicator that I use is the moving average. So probably that's my favorite indicator. But yeah, I don't know. Or if you would say that the range here is from my range breakout EA is an indicator, then I would say that's my favorite indicator. How do you just condition yourself to sit down and let your EA do whatever? I find it difficult to trust the process and just let the EA handle the trades. Yeah, that's probably because I have a lot of experience with this at this point. Because I'm trading with automated programs for almost 10 years now, I think. So And in the beginning, for the first few years, I was trading a very, very small account. So I started to trade automated trading strategies with a 1,500 euro account, or 1,200 actually in the beginning. And I traded this account for a couple of years. And then I saw that like trading is actually super boring, and you win some days, you lose some days, but on average, not much is happening. So that's really what you will learn over a long period of time if you just trade the same strategy all of the time. It's really not that interesting. And if you once realize that, then you will be a lot more chill in the good and the bad periods, because you will realize that like whatever happens on a single day, it usually does not matter at all. And most of the days or weeks or months, it's just a little bit up and down. And it's not like you will double your account or lose your account overnight. I mean, we are talking about like if we trade with actual like risk management. If you gamble, then of course it is not good. But with reasonable trading, it's really just super boring and not a lot is happening at all. Why do you incorporating stop loss and TP in go longs? I do use a stop loss in some of my accounts for the go long. For example, I think in this account, yeah, there is no go long trade open right now, but here I do use stop loss, for example, as you can see here. So yeah, you can see I do use the stop loss in FTMO accounts, for example, for my go long strategy. Hi René, how do you manage your mindset during drawdown? I'm still new to algo trading and find it hard to deal with a 10 to 15% drawdown, even if it fits backtesting. Well, there are a lot of questions today about the drawdowns. I didn't know that it's so interesting. I can just repeat myself here. I mean, drawdowns are normal. If you cannot stand a drawdown, if it's too much for you, then you are trading with too much money. The most important lesson, I think, is to just trade with money that you could theoretically lose 100% of it. And then you are a lot more chill. And also, if you did the back tests and if you know that the live performance is just the same as in the back test, then I mean, there's not really a reason to panic if you just have a 10 or 15% drawdown. And if you panic, as I said, you're risking too much. You should just risk less, I would say. And I mean, don't get me wrong, drawdowns are never cool. And also, if I have a drawdown, it's not nice. I'm not happy. But still, since I am not risking money that I cannot afford to lose, I kind of just trust the process. And yeah, I think that's the only thing we can do. If you decide to trade leverage products, then you're basically deciding to, then you are willing to take risks, and then you have to be fine with drawdowns. Trading is not, it's never guaranteed. So that's also why I personally would not recommend to just rely on trading as a only source of income. And that's why trading for me is not a source of income that I am building on. I'm not dependent on trading profits, and I would never recommend this to anyone to just be dependent on trading profits, because the mental influence, the mental factor is just too big. It's not healthy, in my opinion. Nirol is asking, have you ever tried using Bookmap, order book? Many pro traders say that helps a lot. No, because I only trade Forex and CFD at this moment, and there is no order book for Forex and CFD because it's not, you don't trade on a regulated exchange. So for this reason, I never used it and was never able to use it. But if I would trade futures and would try to be a professional futures trader, then maybe I would look into it. I think it definitely makes sense. check the order book and consider it for trading decisions. But yeah, as I said, my products don't have an order book, so I don't use it. Yusuf ist saying, overall, aber gerade fast Account weg. Eier sind auf jeden Fall am Schwitzen. Yeah, I hope you can recover and you can solve the problems with your Eier. Sebastian is asking, in your backtest, do you consider daylight savings? No, I don't. Like for my backtest, what I do is I use the same broker profile or server time or time in general that I have for my live trades, so my live trading account. But I do not change anything during daylight saving time. I just use the same times and settings for the whole year in backtesting and in live. Titus Trantor is asking, hello, what is your time setting for the open range breakout? Yeah, make sure to watch or read the video description of this stream. You will find a video in which I explain all of the settings that I use in this account. And also I uploaded a few updates for this because I changed the settings in some of the currencies like USD, Japanese yen, GBP dollar, and also for gold I changed a little bit. But you will find everything if you just watch or click through the last videos on this YouTube channel. King Eke is asking, I know trading is based off a percentage and compounding. My account size doesn't go above 100 when using my EA. Ideally, yet in a win streak, it can compound to something bigger. But is it realistic? I mean, you can grow whatever account you have. Of course, you can grow a 100 euro account. But it's not realistic that next year you will have a 1,000 euro account or dollar account. But of course, you can make, I don't know, look at my account. Like I trade this like a 50K account and now I'm up 60K. So this is a profit of 120% in around 1.5 years. So if you would have a similar success with your account, you would have $200 next year. And this would be a great achievement in my opinion. But even if you just make 10% or 1% per year, you're still better than most of the traders. And this is what you should never forget. Oscar is asking, hi René, thanks for your time. Could you recommend a set to optimize, in this case, breakout in a new Forex pair? No, I don't recommend anything. I never recommend anything. Just do what you think is smart. And yeah, that was the last question for now. So hit me with your questions if you have any. And for now, we can also have a look at the charts real quick. So we saw one more trade here in this DE40. This is a range breakout EA buy trade, which is currently negative, unfortunately. And then also, USD Japanese yen was stopped out in the meantime. GBP dollar opened a short trade and gold is still active, but now also negative, 160 euro down, because today there's just no real trend. I think that's the situation. Nirol is asking René to reset your mind. One question about your life. Thanks for resetting my mind. What do you do for a living and what are your hobbies? Most of my income is coming from broker partnerships at this moment. So IC Markets and IC Trading pay me a lot for promoting the brokerage. And then I make some money from selling programming courses. I make some money from YouTube, obviously. I make some money from affiliate partnerships. I make some money from trading, but this is not something I would calculate with. What are my hobbies? I don't know. I like to do sports, actually. I'm really into running. I like that. And then, of course, I traveled a lot in the last few months. Do stuff with friends. Pretty basic. Not like, I don't have very like crazy hobbies. So Thanks for asking. Hello, this breakout is one-to-one risk. Are you referring to risk-reward ratio? In this case, no, it's not. It's infinite or unlimited to 1, because I usually don't use a take profit for my range breakout EA. Tech Lover is asking, hey René, have you tried Darwin X0? It looks a very good option for many people with no capital. No, I have never tried Darwin X0, but I can proudly present you my Darwin X normal account. I don't know what the name is, because many people were talking about Darwin X. So here, this is another server. And here you can see I do have a Darwin X account now. I just started this, and it's generating a lot of losses today, unfortunately. Damn, that sucks. But yeah, this is a normal Darwin X account, so I deposited 1K, and I just want to see how this goes, and if I could maybe also be a signal provider. Right now I'm just using my range breakout EA and a bunch of charts, but I'm not sure if it's really good, because I just realized that the trading costs are super high with Darwin X. Like, we have a crazy spread, and then also we do have commission, so the trading costs are, yeah, it's just I would never trade with such a broker if it would not be for the chance to be a signal provider. Yeah, I think trading costs are too high with Darwin X. That's my feedback so far. It's just not it's just not state of the art, pretty much. Other brokers do way better. And yeah. But yeah, that's how I started to have a look at Darwin X lately. It's just a little side project that I started. I'm not super hyped about it, to be honest, especially because of the trading costs. Goldie NVO, I don't know, or maybe Golden Vo, is asking, hi René, does prop firm allow you using us using EA trading? I don't know, depends on the prop firm, I guess. FTMO allows it, and I had a lot of payouts already, so yeah. Thanks. Like funding pips or 5%. I don't know funding pips or 5%. I only have experience with FTMO, and I never had problems with EA trading, expert buzzer trading. Tekla was saying he was allocated 300k with 0, but only 1 out of 10 accounts. So yeah, I don't know if that's worth it. How did you get 1k for Darwin X? Oh, that was really easy. I just did a wire transfer. It's not Darwin X0. This is a normal Darwin X account, so it's my own money. I just deposited. Really, really simple. So yeah, let's talk about trading. Trades will be closed, or the one trade in GPS dollar will be closed in 15 minutes at 6 p.m. server time. And then, yeah, that's it. This will happen in 50 minutes. And then gold will be closed 50 minutes later. And the rest will stay open for a while. But yeah, in general, not super exciting. Let's have a look at maybe FTMO. This account is also getting a beating today. 2 losses so far, which sucks. And one account is still negative, or one trade is still negative. So not good. This one is also negative. Not the best trading day, to be honest. But yeah, also we can check the FTMO overview. Because I just, like yesterday, I just requested another payout, and it's not processed so far. So yeah, you can see this is what I requested, or I requested actually on Friday or Saturday, I think. There's a 200k FTMO account. And you can see here just claim the reward, and it takes them 1 or 2 business days. So then they hopefully approve my payout, and then I should get another, I think it's 2.8k or something that I get. Oh no, wait, 2.7k USD. So it will be around I don't know, 4K maybe in euro that I can get from this account. And then, yeah, I mean, the account will be free again for more trading. So that's why I requested the payout here. I want to get like a lot of little payouts because I don't trust prop firms fully. So if I can get money out of them, I'm glad. I was also about to receive this payout, but then kind of entered the drawdown before I requested the payout, because this was also, I think, almost 2K in profit at some point. No, not really. But yeah, that's the FTMO. Lately was not really going, I mean, a lot of up and down, but not a lot of profits in the last months, just as in my live account, which is not a surprise because I trade similar strategies. But yeah, that's the FTMO. GBP dollar is coming down a bit, which is good. I hope it can go down even further in the next 10 minutes or 15. Muganza for gold range breakout EA. Why do you use the specific range from 3 to 6 rather than other times? I just use the strategy tester to find the settings that I want to use. So I always just use strategy tester, optimizer, and then I will see what settings should be the best theoretically, and then I think about it and I try to consider or evaluate if it's a logical thing to trade these settings, and if I agree on that, then I just use them. But there's no, like, it's not that deep. I just test the strategies and the symbols, and then whatever the tester tells me, I usually just do that. Personal question, how old are you? I'm 32 years old. Hi René, what happens after a payout at FTMO? Are the drawdown rules reset? Yes, of course. If you request a payout, they will check your request, and once they approve it, then you can withdraw the money. And then usually 1 or 2 days later, you will just get a new or like the same FTMO account, which is just resetted to the 100 or 200K or whatever the account size for this FTMO account is, and then you can just trade again, and if you make profits you can withdraw again, and so on and so on. So it's a really simple process. After payout, oh no, you don't trade the same account. Like if you request a payout, then the account will be blocked, you cannot trade it anymore, and then you will have to wait until the payout is processed, and then you will get a new account. So you cannot have open positions in this moment. Can you share a MyFX book with your real account so we have an overall view of the ascent and descent phases? I don't have a MyFX book. You can check the signal that I have on MQL5 if you're interested. You can post that in the chat. Here you can see like the trades, all of the numbers, etc., etc. But it's not really good. Oh, why is it disconnected? I mean, I don't know. It's showing the trades of today. I don't know why it's disconnected. But yeah, this is not super beautiful because I mean, because of the withdrawals and deposits that I made, the key figures and the calculations are a little bit random. But you can still see everything here if you're interested. René, how long are you in prop firm? I'm trading with FTMO for I can show it to you. Like I started trading, like the first challenge that I ever purchased was end of 2022. So this is almost 4 years now. 23, 24, 25. Oh, 3 years. Sorry. Almost 3 years. And before that, I had some experiments with my Forex funds, but they kind of blew up. But yeah, with FTMO now I trade for almost 3 years, and yeah, that's it. What about if you have pending orders during payout requests? You don't, because then you cannot request a payout. You will have to close all of your positions and delete your pending orders in order to request a payout. Nicholas is asking, with your range breakout strategy, do you factor in the time shift that happens a couple of times a year? No, I don't. I use the same time during the whole year. I really keep it as simple as possible. And yeah, when I see something like this here in USD Japanese yen, I wish I would trade the second breakout also. But yeah, I mean, I do it in some accounts, like for example in this one. Here you can see I had a loss on the first breakout, but then second one now is in profit. So yeah, that's why I always trade some different settings in different accounts, because this gives me like some kind of portfolio effect in general. So if one account loses, another one can still perform better on the same day. But yeah, GPUS dollar is doing quite well here. At least, I mean, it's a 100 euro profit so far. Not realized, but still in 8 minutes the trade should be closed, and then hopefully still with a profit. But yeah, let's wait for that. What do we have here? This account is recovering a bit. Ah, shoot. There's a Ninja Scalper short trade. Okay, let's see how that goes. Here's a nice trade in GPUS dollar. Ah, the range time is different. This is why the profit here is so big. That's good. When is a range a range? What are the criteria for range? It's just based on times. Like 2 points in time during the day, for example, from 3 to 6, and then it takes the highest and lowest point in this period. And that's how my range breakout EA calculates, calculates the range pretty much. What is your max drawdown using range breakout with 1% risk balance? I don't know. You can do the test yourself. Just get the EA in the strategy tester and test it. Because personally, I don't have any live account where I use the range breakout EA with 1% over a long period of time. So I cannot answer this. But you can do the test yourself if you're interested in that. But then you're not actually opening gold at 1 a.m. What? Bro, I don't care at what time I open the trades. I care about overall profitability. I don't mind what the settings are. I'm not in love with my settings. I just want to have any settings basically that are profitable. But I absolutely do not give a shit about daylight saving time and if there's a 1 hour difference. If it's still profitable, I don't give a shit about it. So why should I modify it? I do not believe that this like 1 month where there's a difference because of daylight savings time. I don't care about it, honestly. You have been trading for 5+ years. Are you officially a millionaire with a Lamborghini? No, I do not have a Lamborghini. Sorry to disappoint. Yeah, I don't know if it's more profitable if you consider daylight savings saving times. I think I tested it once, but I don't really recall the difference. I think it was, if any, there was barely any difference. But yeah, you can test it if you're interested in that. I don't want to discourage you to do your own tests, and if you believe it could be good or better, then make sure to test it. And you can also, of course, use it, like do whatever you want. Rene, I thank you because I saw you use optimization and strategy test, and then I can improve my own EA. Yeah, I use the optimizer a lot if I develop new strategies. Filmy Fanatics is saying hi, Rene. Hello. Good to see you in the stream. Hope you're doing fine. We can update the time to US Open or London Open, like Open Range Breakout. I don't know if it's a question or a statement, so I don't know what to say about it. If you could only keep one of your strategies, which would you choose and why? I know your NAS 100 go long is the most net profitable. Oh, I don't know. Probably I would choose the range breakout EA, because most of my other strategies, like for example the go long, I mean, of course it's profitable, but it's basically just buy and hold, so it's not very fancy. And I could also do this with not leveraged products like ETFs. So I think I would just keep the range breakout EA, because it's a strategy that I use for many years in live accounts. It's been profitable so far. And yeah, I think go long strategy is it's not the go long strategy is not really a typical trading strategy. It's more a investment kind of strategy, because I'm just following the stock market. But it's not a really fancy like trading strategy. Oh, now there are a lot of questions. Albert on YouTube is oh fuck. Just broke my microphone stand. But okay, Albert is on YouTube, and he's asking, how do you ensure that your EAs don't fall trap to news trading rules? I mean, are you asking for FTMO? There is no news trading rule, because I always use swing trading accounts. Whenever I pass a FTMO challenge, I ask them to change my account type to swing trading, and then there is no news trading rule. So that's how I easily handle this problem. How much percent do you test out of sample? 0. I test 0 out of sample. I only do back tests. Nirol is asking, hey Rene, when most streamers traders claim that they have their rules set and only take the best setups, couldn't they just program it and make money passively if the strategy actually works? Yes. So I think you already know the answer to this, why they do it this way. Nitin is asking, do you know about Ruf Rate and Julie? They also live in Germany. I never heard about them. I don't know who they are. What are your thoughts on traders out there? Are any of them truly profitable? The problem is I don't know a lot of other traders. But I mean, it's really simple. Like, just to do a little bit of research and you will find out that most or a lot of the traders, for example, on YouTube, were already exposed for faking, scamming, and lying. And this is, of course, why my opinion on them is not good. I think most of them are just scammers, because you can easily make money with trading content even if you're not profitable. And I think that's very bad and not very ethical. But in the end, everyone has to decide for himself how he wants to make money. And if they are okay to be scammers, then I mean, I don't really mind. It's just sad, but it is what it is, right? Do you have any other strategies you're working on? Anything with volume or price? No, right now I'm not working on any new strategies. So here in the meantime, the GPUS dollar was closed with a little profit of 100, which means that so far the day is realized a negative 150 because of USD Japanese yen. But I mean, yeah, it's not too bad. It's okay. Gold is, yeah, more of a problem because it's a bigger position. Benik is asking, what's your opinion on Fibonacci levels, retracements, and extensions? I'm developing and it's profitable, but has a period of no profit drawdown. I think no profit drawdown is completely normal for trading strategies. All of my strategies have this. But personally, I don't use Fibonacci levels. I don't really see... Yeah, I just don't use it. But I also haven't done too many tests with it. Gero is asking or saying, hi René. Hi, good to see you. Kevin is asking, hey René, your range breakout EA is solid. Yeah, so far it is. I recreated the board and fed it to an AI for deep analysis. AI agrees that it's good, but fake outs are the bigger issue. I don't know if AI is really good at evaluating trading strategies. And yeah, fake outs are definitely an acceptable risk. Of course, I mean, I don't care if I lose a trade or two. I don't care if I lose 100 trades if the strategy in the end is profitable. That's like really like all I care about is long-term profitability. Everything else I don't give a shit about. Like a strategy, if a strategy loses 360 days a year and it's still profitable at the end of the year, then I don't mind. I really don't mind. Brian is saying, how do I code the position sizing part in my EA to ensure that I risk 100 per trade? Check out the videos on my channel. I'm pretty sure I explained it 1 or 2 times already. You can just use like the tick size, the tick value and stuff like that in your coding. Niklas is saying, thanks for answering, René. You're the best. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Have been following for years. Thanks, man. I'm really glad that you're supporting for such a long time. Where do you want to be in 5 years in the trading space? To be honest, I don't care a lot about the trading space. I think it's a very corrupted industry. I'm not the biggest fan of it, to be honest, because of all of the shit that's going on. Most of the people are scammers. So I don't really care about the trading space at all. In 5 years, I just want to be happy and that's it. But I don't care about trading. Trading, for me personally, it's a hobby. I'm happy if I can share some transparency and be a better example on YouTube than many others. But if you would take trading away from me, I would not miss anything because I believe trading is kind of boring. It's a hobby. I observe it, but it's not giving me some fulfillment. It's just a way to like make money for me. But besides that, it's not, Besides that, it's like nothing to me. Filmy Fanatics is asking, what are your thoughts on using the Asian session high and low, including the liquidity sweep, as a strategy for trading during the London session? I don't know. I haven't tested it too much. Like my range breakout E8 kind of uses, like for example, 3 to 6 is somewhere like is somewhat of an Asian session breakout, I would say. But yeah, I don't really care about these official trading sessions so much. Of course, it's important to keep it in mind because, like, of course, US session will bring most volatility, etc., etc. But yeah, like my personal strategies and tests are not really focused on sessions in general, like Asia or EU or US. Giro's asking, I have the range breakout EA. I was profitable today, plus 200 on my FTMO challenge, plus 150 on my 50k demo, and little loss. Do you experience little? Also experience little greater? What? Yeah, but I'm glad you made some profits. I don't A difference between the brokers. Um, I mean, the difference should not be a 25% difference, I think, or a difference between winning and losing. But yeah, of course, different brokers have different prices for the symbols. They have different trading costs, etc., etc. So, of course, with different brokers, you will have different trading results. That's normal. Because we are talking about Forex and CFD. This is not a regulated market. This is what many people do not understand. The broker can make the prices pretty much however he wants because he's the market maker. That's what the name means pretty much. If you want to have the same prices with every broker, then you need to trade futures or stocks or whatever. Any regulated product, basically. Does strategy correlation matter to you? Yes, it does. That's why, for example, I trade a little bit less risk in my turnaround Tuesday strategy because it's highly correlated to my go long. Other than FTMO, can you recommend any other prop firm? I don't recommend FTMO. Don't get me wrong. I use it. I show my journey on YouTube, but I don't recommend it because I don't know if I can trust FTMO. And I don't have anything. I mean, of course, you will sometimes find my affiliate link, but also the affiliate program of FTMO is shit, so I don't get any money from it. That's why I don't see any reason to recommend it. But also, I cannot say anything bad about FTMO. So far, they always paid out my profit shares, and they treated me good, and I cannot say anything bad about FTMO, but I also don't really want to promote them. And I see my payout it just was approved, so I can show it to you here. Like when I showed this before, this was not here, but oh shit, I have to be careful that I do not show any confidential information. But yeah, you can see here, like in the overview, this is the account I was talking about, like this. You can see here I requested on the 16th of August, which was Saturday, and now reward is ready. And then you can go here like to FTMO traders and you will see the reward. So that's like 3.4k, and I can click start processing. And I don't know, I don't want to do the process here because it might expose some confidential information. But yeah, I can now withdraw this. Yeah, and then yeah, I will process this later, but it will be another like 2 point something K euro profit that I get from FTMO. So yeah, as I said, I cannot say anything bad about them. They treated me nice and fairly so far. So yeah, out of all of the prop firms, I think I have most trust in FTMO. Hello, the time range 3 to 6 is on which time zone? GMT, EST? You can see the time here. I think it's GMT plus 3. It's yeah, just see it here. It's 6 p.m. right now in my on my broker account. Hi René, I'm glad I catched you live. Can you tell me at range breakout, or how did you decide the lot size of a trade? You trade like 50k, risking 1%. What's about lots volume size? How do you calculate it? I don't always trade 1%. Like for example, here I trade 0.5%. I just try to consider everything in this account, the correlations, etc., etc. And then I try to come up with a reasonable risk and money management, but I don't know if it's perfect. I kind of did it spontaneously. So it's not super deep analysis that went into my plan here. Benik is asking or saying how you should care a little bit about profitability because of the prop firm drawdown rule. 1% smaller 10 trades, 0.5% smaller 20 trades, and you're done. Yes, of course. For prop firms, I adjust my strategy and my trading so that it fits the prop firm rules. But I was talking about my live trading account. Like my live trading account, for example, I don't care if I lose most of the time if I'm just profitable in the end. Thanks, Renee. I meant, is your plan to keep your strategies and gain the rewards for compounding your account balances and making more money? Will you pivot to long-term investing? I am long-term investing. Like, most of my money is not in trading accounts. Most of my money is in investing accounts. Trading is a hobby for me. I don't need it. It's an advertisement for my YouTube channel, for my products, and a hobby. Not more. Why you didn't build strategy for NT8? I worked with Ninja Traders a couple of years ago, and then I found a few bugs in the platform, which was really shocking. Like, really crazy bugs, like positions were opened or closed multiple times, which they shouldn't. I reported it to Ninja Trader. They fixed it, but still, ever since I didn't really want to use the platform anymore because just too many bugs and just super annoying. But that was also like more than 6 years ago, I think. So maybe they fixed it at this point. Is there a broker that has non-CFD US stocks on MT5? I don't know any broker. Will you keep your current live streaming account? Your current account size is 50K. Will you maintain this size? And right now, I think I will maintain it. I was thinking about increasing it, but also now the stock market indices are at an all-time high, so I expect a drawdown at some point. So I am a little bit afraid that if I increase my risk now, I will enter a huge drawdown if the indices start to collapse. That's why for now I stick to the 50K. Maybe I will increase it in the future. Martin is saying, I don't understand the question. I mean, yeah, of course, I tested and trade gold and USD Japanese yen with range breakout EA. You can basically see it on the screen right now. Tomas is asking, hi Rene, could you give us an update on the current EA setting of the range breakout EA? Just watch the videos on my channel. I made videos about all of my settings and also all of my updates, so you can see it there. Ryan Bender, will you ever share your settings on the 200K account? The FTMO? No, I don't think so, because I don't want FTMO to ban me. But it's nothing fancy. I would show it if I wouldn't be afraid that FTMO might ban me for this. Rickard is asking, what's your favorite pair to trade with the range breakout EA? I'm struggling to get good working settings for gold. I don't really have a favorite. I mean, just talking about profitability, it would be, of course, gold and USD Japanese yen, because they made me most money. But besides that, I don't have a favorite. Brian, I sold 3.8. I cannot tell you how you need to fix your code if you lose more than you want to. I would have to see your code for this. But maybe, I don't know, have you considered the commissions? Because usually I do not consider the commissions when I calculate my risk. But if you really want to stick to the 100 USD, you should consider commissions. Now also, you can get some slippage always, so you will never guarantee that you never lose more than X amount of money. Does all your strategy is time-based closing trades? Yeah. In this account, all of my strategies are based on times, yes. Fibonacci is asking, do you have any goals, targets when it comes to scaling up EA trading? I've been people having multiple VPS, each trading multiple accounts, and they added ad infinitum. Okay. No, I don't really have any plans for that. I mean, I would like to make some money with FTMO if I'm able to. But yeah, for this account, I think I will just stick to what I do right now. Yeah, as I said, trading for me, it's advertisement for my YouTube channel. It's a hobby, but I don't want to trade like a, I don't know, like 500k account, because it would just be too risky for me, and I don't want to risk so much with leveraged, highly risky products. Rene, are using different EA settings every Forex pair? Not every pair, but for most of them I use different settings, I think. Yes. But yeah, as I said, you will find all of the settings on my YouTube channel. Just check it out if you're interested. Yeah, and this was the last question. So I don't know, I think pretty done with today's stream. You can still watch the charts on my account, but without my live commentary. But I think I will do more live commentaries. Maybe the next days, same time, if you want. Just check out my channel and maybe I'm live. And yeah, then I will see you then. Last question here. If I plan to get more funded accounts with different prop firms, at this point, not really, because I'm happy with FTMO and I don't want to struggle with different prop firms. Just too lazy, to be honest. But yeah, that's it. Thanks, guys. Thanks for being here with me. Thanks for spending some time with me. And hopefully see you again the next days. As I said, I plan to do this more often. If you like it and if you join for the live streams, hopefully we can also look at trading on some more exciting days, because today was very boring, I would say. But yeah, I hope I was still able to answer some questions, and thanks for being so active in the chat. It's always a pleasure. So bye, guys. Enjoy. Have a nice day, and see you next time.